good evening. Am I audible? Clear? Yes. Yes. Okay. So I am Shivam. I manage channels. I've been here from January 2025. It's been almost 11 months. And SentinelOne, we basically started in 2013. When we started, we thought there's some revolution which is required in the cybersecurity industry. And that is where we thought of building our foundation with AI and ML. Okay? So what happens when we build AI ML from a foundation perspective, we don't need to add in any add-ons from an AI ML perspective as few of the vendors are doing today. When we talk about AI inbuilt today, AI brings lot of easiness in our day-to-day task as a cybersecurity analyst at any customer place. At any customer place as well. Okay. To start with, we started in 2013. As a vendor, we started as an endpoint security vendor, and later on we moved to EDR, which is basically adding in some telemetry, some logs, some Windows event in order to get better correlations. When we talk about SentinelOne, what difference does it bring? In a lot of areas, we were the first one to bring in multiple aspects of cybersecurity elements. For instance, we were first to have security on Linux. We were first to have EDR-based security on Mac. We also brought in a patent. We in fact have more than 25 patents that actually serve a lot of things that customers today use, right? So in that case, we have the most important patent listed here, that is autonomous rollback. For instance, if there is a ransomware attack, right, and any customer wants to go back to the last safe state, we have a patent. With a single click, customer can go back to the last safe state. We use Windows shadow copy for it. And that is where a unique aspect of running the business continuously comes in. When we talk about AI, in 2020 itself, we were amongst the top 50 AI security vendors, right? When we talk about how can we lead it from a perspective of AI, we brought in the industry's first autonomous SOC. Today we use assistants like ChatGPT. We ask a question as simple as, give me this detail, and the detail comes out, right? But when we talk about how a security analyst can be using these kind of tools, that is where Purple AI comes in. Anyone would access Purple AI and ask as easy question as are there any cybersecurity happenings in my environment? Is there a ransomware attack? That is where Purple AI would bring an input just from a query in English language. It will give an input in English language without that individual learning the script. Script learning, being an advanced guy in any tool like Palo Alto and other tools, it takes time. It's not easy. And at the same point, we require resources who are well trained, well equipped with these knowledge. That is where if you write a query on SOC Assistant and it gives you an answer in few seconds, lot of manual work is down. And at the same point, you are also sure that you are getting the best output. You have very less noise, very less alerts that is not going to be useful for you, right? Then at the same point, being an EDR vendor, where we are using telemetry, logs, in order to correlate, understand if any file-based attack is suspicious, then understanding whether it is malicious, then doing a block or a quarantine, or bringing it to a safe state. That is where the same expertise of ours got added to our AI SIM solution, which is an extended offering apart from EDR. So because we have limitations with reference to EDR solutions having a data ingestion in a day, right? So that is where same capability, since the platform is overall based on AI and ML, same capability gets flavored into our AI SIM as well. Right? So okay, we were talking about a lot of things that India as a country is doing, and that is where SentinelOne also plays a very important role. SentinelOne today has 3,000 employees, out of which 500 are employed in India. Right from advanced threat researchers, software engineers, support tech team guys. We have great amount of staff based out of India. In fact, apart from US, India is the second most employed country for SentinelOne as a geography. Israel comes third, right? So from a perspective of how do we invest in India, we also have data center that is based out of Mumbai. We are powered through that data center. From an investment perspective, SentinelOne also brought in couple of Indian startups, right? That is where it shows how much trust SentinelOne management has on India's talent, okay? We acquired two companies, which is represented in the second block, Ativo, which is a pioneer in identity security, and then we brought in PingSafe, which is a pioneer in cloud security. So these two companies we acquired, one of them in 2021 and one of them in 24. In fact, one of our latest acquisition which happened, Prompt Security, which is into AI security, it also has an Indian founder, right? So there's a great amount of trust that they have in Indian people, and that is where SentinelOne plays a different role from a perspective of being a OEM and having great amount of investment in India. We also have lot of value-added reseller, MSSPs, as well as hyperscaler GSIs that support us in the business. So that is where SentinelOne in India is actually expanding its roots. Okay, so when we talk about endpoint security, in an EDR perspective, we see data coming in from different identity solutions, email security solutions, network security solutions, and these could be unstructured. That is where we have OCSF, which is Open Cybersecurity Schema Framework, which can actually collate and bring this data in one structure and actually help in, correlating this data and finding out relevant detection and response mechanism. And at the same point, we also, apart from EDR, we also are in cloud security, which we acquired as PingSafe as a company. We are also in identity security, which I mentioned Ativo network, and then AI SIM. All the data sits in our data lake, and Purple AI, which are our SOC assistant, which is probably a magical thing that was brought to the industry by S1. That is also sitting at the top, helping the overall platform in order to bring in the best results for the customers. So from Purple AI perspective, because it's a SOC analyst, a user who is basically, let's say, 6 months old in cybersecurity, he wants to use a tool which is actually helping him in order to bring in some data which could be relevant and share to the management. This guy can use a tool which is Purple AI, ask any query, and just as ChatGPT responds, the same response can come in. And actually, when we see the results or the benefits that the customers are getting, we can realize the amount of time that is getting reduced in doing cybersecurity attacks, cybersecurity prevention, especially in priority one, which are basically incidents. They get more time to prevent the priority one incidents, and the amount of noise and the alerts also get reduced. That is where Purple AI is actually helping customers in reduce lot of times on unrequired activities. Our latest acquisition, which happened, I believe, in August 2025, Prompt Security. So Prompt Security we acquired because we wanted to see, as we are seeing a lot of digital native companies today are using AI in order to operate. And the last, when we are just listening to our panelists at the table, then we realized that AI is something that everybody advises partners should use, right? Or partners should sell, or customers should be recommended. How do we prevent that? That is where Prompt Security comes in and plays an important part. For example, if somebody is using ChatGPT and he's uploading some data, that is important, but at the same point should not be shared. Okay, he's using some company's data, company's presentation, or even some important data with reference to bank records, and he's uploading it on the assistant like ChatGPT. Then at the same point, how do we ensure that a malicious user if he wants to take out those data, is not taking out. That is where prompt security helps. It actually blocks those prompts which could reveal insensitive data, okay? And that is what is actually going to help partners also to, kind of give this curated discussion to the customer, because every customer today is using at least 10 or 15 apps where AI is something which is playing a very important role. And prompt AI comes in to secure such kind of application, gives a great relief to the customer. At the same point, at this point of time, we don't have NFRs because it was a latest acquisition. From February 2026, we will have the NFRs as well, where partners can explore, learn about it. At the same point, this actually will lead into a lot of services-based opportunity. So SentinelOne as an organization is actually important from the partner perspective, because we help in growing the services opportunity as well, right? Right from prompt security or even our cloud security platform, even our EDR platforms. Then we had another acquisition, which was Observe AI. Observe AI is again a data pipeline tool which actually helps in enriching the data, which is actually moving to a data lake. Okay. So, for instance, if a data from Kafka is 1 GB, when it goes through Observer AI, it gets reduced to 700 MB, and all the noise or the irrelevant data gets removed. At the same point, it is faster, more accurate, and the data provided at the data lake, in order to correlate and bring in some output, that is more accurate for the customers. Right? So we also run spiffs for partners. So this is an exciting slide where we have spiffs running for partners. So for instance, if a deal of 2,500 uses itself, a partner can get a spiff up to $2,500. So this is apart from the margin that they're earning, or the implementation that they're taking from the customers. Thank you, guys. I think it was a great opportunity to speak with all of you. I'm here. You can probably have a discussion with me with reference to any subject that touched you, or you would want more collaborations on it. Thank you so much.